Good morning, people. So this week we're in the Peak District. I was having a look at challenges around the UK and I found one on a website this week called the Derbyshire Three Peaks. So it's basically the highest 3 peaks in the Peak District. It's Kinder Scout, Bleaklow Head and Higher Shelf Stones. I've actually done these before separately in the past. So the actual challenge is to do them in under 10 hours and it's around 21 miles. The highest peak out of them is Kinder Scout and it's about 636 metres or something like that. So what I didn't like about the Peak District last time we come was the ground is very boggy. We've literally just passed near a stream on the route and I've went straight down a hole and it's went straight into my shoes. Luckily I've got my sealskins in my backpack, so I'll change them over in a bit because it's not too bad at the moment, but my feet are wet already and we've been walking for like 15 minutes, so just bear that in mind. So we've literally wasted the first 20 minutes. We come in down here by the bottom of the wall and we got to a gate here which was locked, and we were looking at the map and the map was asking us to come down here by the stream, up and back on ourselves, and now you can climb over. Although we could have just jumped that fence, but we just chose not to. Had a bit of barbed wire and stuff, but yeah, nice waste of 20 minutes that, walking in circles, but it is what it is. So you can see the blue line where I've walked right up to the fence in a square. This was a bad waste of time, but we crack on. Mistakes made. So I found this challenge online this week. There was a company charging like £50 a head to come and do it, and it said they met up at the car park down there, or we parked on the roadside. It's free, like. But I looked at it and thought I can do this myself. There's quite a few challenges in the UK that I want to do, but I done the National Three Peaks a few years ago, which was easy enough, I thought. So just gonna start trying to cycle through a few this year, see how we get on. So this will be the first one of the year anyway. So as you can see, the way it sent us up, major boggy field. This was the exact same way I came up here a few years ago, and it was a lot worse. It's been raining in the UK for probably the last month, nearly every day. And today, Embush had said that it's going to be clear and it's major bog again. It's not good, that stuff. It's just easier to avoid it. Yeah, I've just got to wash myself here. Yeah, Embush had basically said today that it was going to be clear, although, believe it or not, it just started snowing then. But it looks good. Nice temperature as well to walk in. Sweating in this down jacket, but this will be coming off in a minute. Looking at the route, most of the ascent is up to Kinder Scout, and then it's a fairly flat walk towards Bleaklow and Higher Shelf Stones. That's across the Snake Pass. But I'm just apprehensive about what the terrain's going to be like, because I just know it's not good up there. It's not the best terrain in the world. So you can see the snow cloud coming over. It's quite cold as well now. I've had to just take my down jacket off though. Yeah, we'll warm up once we're going up this, but just hoping this visibility clears up later. When I done Bleaklow Head a few years ago on the B29 bomber site, I had no visibility, and I'd like to see what it's like clear. Steep little section this, but we're not far off the height of the summit. We're at about 500 metres, I've just checked on the map. Just a nice staircase coming up. But, yeah, it's a good path, isn't it? And you can see We're in there in the distance, parked miles away. But we're already about an hour in. We've only done about 2 miles, but once we hit the flats, that's when we're quick. See a couple of people packing the tents away there. Been wild camping. Nice spot this actually. So we're literally just coming over the top of that hill, and from now on I've just checked the elevation profile. It's just little bits of ups and downs, but nothing major. So we should start making up time. That little mistake at the start did now probably added 15-20 minutes on, but it is what it is. I think we still get around it in time. But yeah, about 19 miles left. But we're nearly on Kinder Scout Summit. So it looks like that weather's clearing up fast as the day goes by. It's got a bit of wind chill up here, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a bit cold, but I know when I put my jacket on I'll be sweating again, so just bear with it for now. And you can see how icy it is around here, it's quite slippy. We need to go that way, that's Kinderlow, 633, and here is only 636, so it's like 3 metres higher. So that summit behind we've just passed is Kinderlow, 633 metres, and Kinder Scout is only 3 metres higher. It's in the distance over there somewhere, but we're heading there and coming back this way later on and turning right. Quite busy up here now, a few people about. Do you remember climbing up that rock last time here? Well, I'm not going to do that this time and waste time. So the rocks behind, we actually got confused with this last time and thought Kinder Scout Summit was there, but it's not. The maps just asked me to turn, and it's in here somewhere, the cairn. And I do remember last time we struggled to find it, but it's not got a path listed to it, but I'll find my way over there now. But that isn't the summit there, the rocks, that's just where everyone goes to have the lunch and get photos and stuff. But yeah, we'll find this in a minute. We're pretty close to it. So what I've just noticed on the map, we passed Kinderlow before, and it's basically adjacent to it. And I'm not sure whether a lot of people go that way on the route because that's like a popular viewing spot. Even the route that I checked that guides were taking, people was going across there. But look, it's non-existent, Dom's going in wet there, so this is the problem. But we're thinking if we can hit this summit we might just go back over to Kinderlow. The only problem is there's quite a lot of water around here, so you've got to take your time. But it seems pointless going all the way back there if I'm honest. It's wet here, man. Try and get any higher ground here. Summit here somewhere. Where are you? So you can see here coming through, although this isn't coming up as a path, there is footprints there, but all this is water and it's fairly deep. It's deep enough, like how many wearing walking shoes today, and just went over the sides a couple of times, the water, as you can see here. But the summit's around here somewhere, and we've decided the route's asking me to go all the way back to that. I think them stones are called the wolf packs or something, and then back to Kinderlow, which is all the way there in the distance. So we'd technically walk back and circle it to get back on a path to go that way, whereas we could just summit here and then just cut across, because at the end of the day the challenge is to hit the 3 summits rather than what route you're taking. It makes no sense to go all the way back on ourselves. But I think the reason he hasn't cut across is because there's a lot of water around that area, but I'll just navigate it slow. It's just the terrain in the Peak District. It's not like the lakes, mate, where a lot of it's clear. I know all the lakes isn't like that, but most of it's quite good. So yeah, there is footprints here. That must be the summer. It's listed here. So this must be the summer of Kinder Scout. First one, 636 metres. I had a little look around on the internet last night and everyone was saying the summit's Kinderlow, or that was the picture that was coming up, that cairn. And I think, obviously, you know what the internet's like, I think they've all got it confused, but see on the GPS now, you can just see there. Don't even see that Kinder Scout. 636. And we're on 1 hour 56 minutes. 3.8 mile. People obviously probably just use that as the picture because it's got a proper cairn, but this is it. So you can see the pink is the route we're taking. I don't know why that's went up there, but this is the summit here. But it's asking us to go back and back around from Kinderlow, which is here. Rather than go back, we're just going to cut across and hopefully avoid all this water. Just makes no sense to me. So I'm going to head straight over in that direction now. Just have to be careful now, heading over there. We'll just take our time, it's not that far away. So we've hit a bit of an issue here. You can see we found sort of like a path that's going in that general direction, but this is literally just like a river. I was just keeping an eye on the GPS and avoiding any water, and then we hit that and quite deep as well. So well, Tom looks like she's found a way around it while I'm talking. There's ways around, you just got to be slow. But this would be a lot easier if it was summer and you could actually see what you're walking into. Just classic Peak District terrain, mate. Peat bogs everywhere. Oh yeah, so we've avoided it. It's like frozen here, man. Frozen water. So we're literally just about to join a path where this guy in the red is. There's Kinderlow. You could have easily went to Kinderlow, Summit's dad, and just come here. And there is a bit of a path straight over there. Probably hasn't had a massive amount of time on. This is what happens when you do spare at the moment walks with not a lot of research, because I only planned it like a couple of days ago, but we're getting there. Yeah, just following this. So as you can see, we're back on path. We actually survived the water bogs, but it says now around 16 mile left, 7.5 hours. It's absolutely freezing. I have to put the down jacket back on, and just hoping this is plain sailing for a few hours, because that wasn't fun at part. But at least one down, 2 more to go, and there's people about everywhere, which is a good thing. We're just gonna put our foot to the ground now. We're gonna head round to the left, over that way. Keeping a good pace, to be fair. Just hoping this sun comes out in a minute, because it's there peeking through. It's quite cold up here. I'm not expecting it to be this bad, to be honest. Even with gloves on, my fingers are hurting a bit. But we're moving at a consistent pace now, so just stay warm. Nice. So that waterfall is called Kinder Downfall. It's quite popular here, as you can see, a few people about. But got a little spot where these two guys are here. Hell for that. Oh yeah, I see people there as we're climbing up it. Bit mad if you ask me. And we're heading over them ways there. A little spot there with the drone and the dog. So we're currently at just over 6 miles and we've got about 14 remaining, but it's saying 6.5 hours, which will put us at about 9:30. So we ain't got much time to have breaks. But I've just been reading then on the map and we're going round that reservoir or whatever it is on the way back to the car. So I don't know how we're going to actually get down there, but we'll find that out later on. I'm just thinking, do you feel a bit fatigued already? I haven't done a lot of long walking in a while, but just got to push through it. So you can see this path, everyone's coming up here. We've got to head down that way on the way back and round the dam back to the car later on. But we're heading that way across, and Bleaklow is over there in the distance. You can see the Snake Pass where the cars are parked. I can see it, you probably can't on the GoPro, but the cars are in the distance and I've done that before. So that's where we've just come down. We're heading that way back to the car later, but we need to go to Bleaklow first. Heading over this way. Look at that, man. I can see some people there and rocks probably turning right there over towards the Snake Pass. So we're turning right at this way marker. See there, the right turn. And that looks alright. Looks wet, but looks clean all the way over to the road. And we've come from all the way in the distance over there somewhere. So just looking at the GPS there, it's actually speed live, and just gotta get over that part. Oh, weird. Yeah, then just noticed if we pick the pace up slightly, we're walking at about 4 mile an hour pace, and that should get us round in less than 9 hours, but it's currently saying about 9:10. But we're not gonna have much time to stop, so we're just gonna eat and walk later on. But I'm trying to save a bit of my food till later when I need a bit more energy. I'm fatiguing now. I literally thought that fella was walking a sheep then. I was like, why is there a sheep walking ahead of him? And turns out it was his dog. The thing, he's had his leg shaved, like it had skinny pins on. It made it look like some sort of sheep, but it wasn't. Oh man. That's literally like the road to nowhere. You probably see from my shoe there, my right one, straight down a hole. Wasn't paying attention. Look at the Gore-Tex. Yeah, still a fair whack to go. You can just starting to see the cars in the distance now, but it looks a good few miles away that. So you can see we're about to hit the road. Just checked the GPS and we're pretty much at the halfway stage now. Shaved a fair whack of time off again, but saying we should get back at around 8.5 hours now, but we have got a bit of an ascent up there, not a lot. The terrain up there is not the best. Probably gonna have to stop and just eat something. I'm starving now, like we haven't had nothing. Had a chocolate bar before, that's it, and a swig of a drink, so probably try and find a quick spot to eat and then crack on up to Bleaklow.
This is the age of the blanket peat bogs covering this remote landscape.
Shall we eat here on these rocks? So we've literally just took the fastest break ever, sat on a rock and had some pasta, probably about 5 minutes, and then we're just cracking on. Actually feel a lot better just after sitting down 5 minutes, but it's very busy up here, so we're just gonna have to overtake people. See, it's quite popular. This terrain isn't the greatest. Last time I done this, I done it in snow and the visibility was like 0. I'll link the video below to have a look, but couldn't even see where we were going. Doesn't look good though. So this is the terrain you're dealing with. Oh, that was deep. Jesus. Just bogs everywhere. Do you know what, stupidly, I don't know why I didn't wear my boots. And then Dom falls over, yeah. This terrain is nasty, man. I know once we get back to that road later on, the terrain's fine then. But on this side, it's not, it's horrible, mate. It's not fun, to be honest. We're not far off that Bleaklow summit though. It's just wet. And look how deep the rivers are. This is what you're dealing with path-wise. We are on path, but I'm not far off the summit. But mate, it's just bogs. You're just taking a chance everywhere you walk. You don't keep your eye out, you're going down a bog. Like look, you can see people have walked here. It's nasty, man. Have to get the seal skins on, man. Shocks are absolutely ringing. We can't see, but they are soaked. I think the water's been coming down my leg over the top of my shoe. You know, my shoes are Gore-Tex. That's why you wear gaiters, which you haven't got a pair of. But this is what it is. These are always handy to have in your bag. One positive is my feet are warm now because they're dry. And them seal skins, I don't know why I don't wear them. I should just wear them before I put normal socks on, don't know why, but anyway, yeah. There's Bleaklow's summit there, the pole in the distance, but that'll be the second one boxed and then not far to the last. But it's just this bog, man. It slowed us, like we were absolutely flying before and we've just slowed down. Still under the time, like, but not my cup of tea this, I don't think. Bleaklow had 633, second one down, one more to go, which we're heading up to in a minute.
Yeah.
So you can see 5 hours 37 minutes total time so far, 3:10 remaining. Got to head back where we come from. So the last summit's going to be higher shelf stones, and then you've got to pass the B29 bomber, which is decent, and Dom hasn't been here before, so I'll go and show her that, and then head back over Snake Pass, the road, and back towards the car. Actually that fatigue sort of settled a bit because we had something to eat, which was a good decision. Got about 7.5 miles left, but we should be fine. Just want to get back before it gets too dark as well, just in case we've got head torches and stuff, but you know, it's always better when you don't have to get them out. So we're heading where all them people are in a distance, you can just see. I'm not sure whether that's the last summit or the B29 bomber, but it is in that general direction. They're both next to each other. Don't really see many people go to Bleaklow, there's only a couple of people then.
Full leg.
That's Peak District for you, baby. Same with Dom, both made the same mistake. Oh man.
About a foot. Oh.
Do you know when you just know something's not going to work
And the weather looks
and you go for it anyway? Only got 7 miles left. There's it there. Okay. There's the path, look. It's mad, isn't it? Got like a, oh, that bit's boss, isn't it? I can't remember all this. Sick. Last one of the day. Hey, some good views over there. So you can just see higher shelf stones, the last peak, 6:21, 6 hours 9 minutes, and we have apparently 248 remaining, 6.9 miles. So yeah, as you can see up there, the B29 and higher shelf stones, how busy it gets. It's quite popular, the Peak District, but just wanted to get on and off as quick as possible, just to start heading back the car, to be honest. We're at about 6:15 at this point, and we've got what, 3, 4, 5 left to complete the challenge. I think we should get back within about 9 hours. Hasn't been the most enjoyable thing, and I'm glad I didn't pay some fella 50 quid to bring me up here, because I'd have been even more fuming. I'd have been raging, mate, for the pay for it. So again, that's where the last summit was, up on that hill. That's where we went earlier on, but we're back on level with the cars, and we're going to pass back to where we came, and that hill in the background's where we was today, this morning. But once we hit the corner of that, it's pretty much downhill and back to the car, but probably dark by the time we get there. But yeah, we're still flying for time.
That sounds like a spoon.
So we're back on this marshland with the nice steps going across it. You just see in the distance the corner where we was earlier on with the sign saying Bleaklow. And once we get to that, it's basically downhill round the side of that reservoir. We've just checked the time and it's about 3:15. I've just had to charge my phone, so I can't keep an eye on the GPS. I'd say we should get back no more than 5. We can move fast across this now. Feel quite energised after eating something to eat, so we'll see how we get on for the next hour or so. So we're back to this waymarker thing, and we need to be heading down out of the hills. Cars parked over there, that's where we was this morning. That just took us about 45 minutes. And it's good timing with the light about to drop. So we're back at this post and we need to go right towards Hayfield, wherever that is. That's where we was today, and that's where we've just been. And we're heading back this way to the car. So the GPS is saying we've got an hour left, which will put us in like 8 hours and 45 minutes. Pretty happy with that, considering the challenge is 10 hours. And we haven't stopped though, that's the only thing I would say. We had one small break. Sent us through a bit of a stream on the way back. This terrain is just wet, man. Look at the paths. So we're just about to hit the reservoir. Nice and flat now, back to the car. Couple of miles, but it's going really dark now, so probably good timing. Nice and peaceful out here, and you won't be able to see it, but there's a house right there. Looks like a house.
There's one there.
Sign that. Oh, and yeah, one there. This part is an absolute nightmare. Look, oh my god, I'm sliding everywhere. I can barely keep my footing. I don't know what way to go here. That is a nightmare, mate. Jesus. This is not fun anymore anyway. Yeah, I think this is the road now. Come on. Yes. Oh, it's houses. That's it, man. Back to the car. Check the time in a sec. Nice. Right, people, back at the car. Just finished. Start time 8:17, but we got back 10 minutes ago. I just forgot to turn it off. So it would have been 8 hours and 50 minutes. Right, people, so a quick look through the walk. So we started the walk at Bowden Bridge car park. If you search that on Google Maps, this is what comes up. Here's the car park, but on Kinder Road here, you can park for free. But I'll show you the car park anyway. There's your car park. Obviously parking charges, but sack that because you can literally park outside it here. As you can see, there's double yellows on that side, but not on this side. And this goes quite far down without double yellows. I think most of the way, to be honest. I actually parked just past this entranceway, yeah. But as you can see, fits plenty of cars. Just try and get there as early as possible. We actually got there about 8 o'clock in the morning. There was only actually one car in the car park and the rest were parked against that wall there, and there must have been probably 20-30 cars. Obviously, if you're doing a challenge with it being 10 hours, you want to try and get the free parking because I think the parking there is quite expensive. Try and get it free if you can. And you can actually see if you zoom out. There's the car park. And there's Kinder Scout. And there's the reservoir we come round at the end. Which we come off onto that road back to the car. So, good little parking spot and it's free. It's not actually too far from where I live, so it's a cheaper day out as well. And just a quick overview of the walk. So you can see here where it started on Kinder Road. There's your car park. And yeah, down this road. And here's the part at the start I mentioned. So you go over the little bridge, which you might have seen Dom walking through at the start. And this area is very boggy and wet. And literally, within the first 10 minutes, I went down a hole and soaked my shoes. Went straight over the side of them. So just bear that in mind and be careful there. And here is quite funny. So the route I suggested we walked here and then back on ourselves. It actually makes sense that it's a marked path, and that's why the route that I was following said that. But you can literally cut across the field, and here's a gate. For some reason, the gate was actually locked, but when I think back to this walk, when I'd done it years ago, we actually went through that gate. But literally we could have climbed over it, but we decided to go around it instead, which probably added 10-15 minutes on, if I'm honest. You can see there in a bit of a square. It was a waste of time. Just something to take into account at the start of the walk. And then you're passing over farmers' fields here, which again are boggy. So try and wear boots if you can. Coming up to Kinderlow Cavern here, you pass over a bit of a hill. And you would have seen me going up the step section. Quite nice, but a bit steep. But once you're up there, a lot of this is just flat walking. It's just little ups and downs. And you would have seen a past Kinderlow, as I said, and that's obviously a big cairn. And I thought, when I'd done my research the night before, I thought that was the actual cairn for Kinder Scout, but it wasn't. That's actually Kinderlow. And here's the part where you can see Kinder Scout, as I said, was right next to it. But the route had sent you round here. And this is the rocky part that a lot of people were standing at. It's very popular for Instagram photos, that, from what I've seen. You can see here the wool packs. I think I mentioned that in the video. You can see here there's not a route listed. The guy's route was passing over to Kinder Scout the first day and then all the way back and round Kinderlow again, back onto this path. But as I made you aware of, it was no point in us doing that. As you can see here, we come off Kinder Scout and we tried to avoid as much of this water as we could. I just kept an eye on the GPS and you can see we're skirting around it. We avoided most of that and got back onto the path. This section here over to Kinder Downfall. Nice and simple, just big rocks. Nice path, bits of sand actually there. Some of the paths, I'm not sure why, but that's simple there, mate. That Kinder Downfall, a lot of people hanging around there. It's quite good that as well. Nice little viewing spot. This again, nice and easy, not too boggy or anything like that. Nice and worn in. And then we came off that hill down to this section on the corner before we turned right. Quite a steep hill and a lot of people were coming up that. We ended up just taking the grass part because the steps are quite on a bit of an angle there and get a bit slippy when you're walking down them. You would have seen it come to this point here. Oh, it's actually a summit called Mill Hill. I didn't even notice that. And it had a waypoint, but it actually was a summit. And it says turn right if you want to go over to Bleaklow. From here, Mill Hill to Snake Road, or as I was calling it, Snake Pass. You've got that nice sort of flagged stone section over there. Nice and straightforward. Some of them are a bit wobbly, so just be careful when you're walking. And there's wet patches here and there, so we just avoided them by walking over to the grass. And yeah, on Snake Road, we had a bit of lunch here on some rocks. You can see, as you would see in a video, a lot of parking there. It's this section that's the worst in my own opinion. So coming across here is not so bad at the start. You see a lot of people coming this way. And it's when you get to around here, over towards Bleaklow, it's just wet, man. You can actually see when you zoom in, send you right next to a river here. And if you're not careful, mate, you're going to get wet. You can see where we're circling here in parts. We're just trying to avoid not getting soaked. And yeah, over towards Bleaklow, mate, it's just not good. Again, the path, as you can see there, it's right next to water. And you just can't avoid it. We actually tried to go this way, but that was just majorly boggy there. And ended up taking that way. Over towards Bleaklow Head. You would have seen the state of my clothes. We went down numerous holes on that section of the walk. Just not fun, mate. It wasn't great. Bleaklow Head summit's there. I don't know why it's listed further away, but you would have seen me at the pole. And then basically just return back on yourself, but you cut off in this direction. Again, towards Higher Shelf Stones. Not great. And there's the B-29 Super Fortress Memorial. A plane that crashed years ago. Parts scattered everywhere, as you would have seen. Very interesting to look at. And I've been there before, and I do actually like that part. But the summit of the last one, Higher Shelf Stones, is literally next door to it at 621 metres. And yeah, head back to where you come from. Again, terrible. Just mud and bogs everywhere. Just take your time if you can. And you head back on that section, back to where you came from. That section again, it's actually nice, man. Think when we looked at the time coming back, it took us around 45-50 minutes. And I'm not sure on the maximum mileage from there to there, but it is quite far that. But you can put your foot down if you're struggling for time there. And then once you hit this section before you hit that hill again, send you down a stream again. You're literally walking through a stream. And again, it's just wet there, man, as you'd expect. And muddy. Reservoir. This section was just nasty, man. Coming towards the road, we were sort of glad we got there before it got pitch black because it was very slippy at points, and we only realised I only had the head torch. Dom had left hers in the house, so I was trying to walk ahead of it, but then like kept looking back to give her a bit of light. But it's too slippy, man. It's so walked in, and that area is boss as well. Like we seen a couple of houses on the reservoir, and it's such a nice area and dead calm. But the terrain's just terrible, man. It's just it looks like a lot of people are walking there, so it's very muddy. The actual route was asking me to come off here somewhere and walk through these fields, but I thought, I'm not doing that when I could see the road led back to the car, and we just stayed on the road because it was just pointless. And yeah, the last 20 minutes wasn't so bad before we got back to the car. And you can just see a zoomed out view. And here's a quick look at my stats. It ends up being 20.6 miles. Probably took a bit off by cutting across from Kinder Scout. Rather than going back on ourselves, took like half a mile off. Time spent moving 8 hours and 6 minutes. So as I said, we barely had any breaks. When we had our pasta, we literally had maybe 5 minutes. and then we were just walking, drinking our Lucozades or eating chocolate bars on the go. And you can see here, flat section 7.5 mile, downhill 6.4 and uphill 6.7, so it's quite balanced the walk. There's the elevation profile, as I say, most of it's done at the start and then a lot of it's just up and downs. If you're fit, you're not going to even feel that, to be honest. And it says here, we were recording for 9 hours, but we actually got back to the car at 8 hours and 50 minutes. I thought it had ended the track, but I had to actually manually stop it. So in all, we started at 8:17, but we got back at 5:07. So 8 hours and 50, so an hour and 10 under the time. Quite happy with that result. The challenge was actually to do it in 10 hours. You can actually do this guided. I seen a website, if you just search Derbyshire Three Peaks, there was a guy doing it, charging £50 a head if you want to be guided, but you can always just download my track. As I say, that first part with the gate, just jump the gate, or if you can open it, might be open that time, but the rest of my track's fine to follow if you want. Was it my favourite day out? Not really. I've done the National Three Peaks before, but I wanted to just mix it up and start doing other things. Good for the fitness for one, to test yourself, because we haven't done a lot of long walking recently since we finished the Wainwright about 9 months ago, and they were our main long walks, but we're clearly still fit from what we were doing, and it was a good morale tester if anything. If you're looking for something to do and you're into all that, get up there and do it, mate. It's probably, in essence, it's been worth it for us because it'll always stick with us. It was just cleaning our stuff when I got home. It was an absolute nightmare, man, but 10 hours, anyone's more than capable of it. Just got to push through the fatigue and stuff. So I'm hopefully going to be doing a few more challenges throughout this year, which will be upcoming videos. I'm not sure which ones yet. I've got a few in mind, but I'll let you know when I'm actually going to be doing them closer to the time. But as always, people, I'll link everything relevant in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.